we are still doing some luta continua. But let me put this question to you. Now, let us talk about Akpabio's style of leadership. Nadeko, some civil societies, and even within the political circle, some politicians have hugely criticized Akpabio for his high-handedness, one, his leadership style, then his kowtowing to the presidency, and not according respect to some key Senate officers. Do you think this high-handed style, he is guilty of all these accusations, including being high-handed? Or how can you describe Akpabio's style as the Senate president? We've seen a lot of Senate presidents come and go. Solomon.
High-handedness is an understatement. I see Akpabio thinking that he's still the governor of Akpabio State, where, of course, he hired and fired his commissioners, where, of course, he's the chief executive of the state, that only could he have the power to say at any point, forgetting that the National Assembly is a conglomeration of different persons of culture, character, from different areas, cutting across the 6 geopolitical zones of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
That's correct.
Simply put, cutting across the length and breadth of the Federal Republic. I think that's one thing Senator Godswill Akpabio is yet to come in terms with. Because I have, by the grace of God, also had opportunity of holding positions. What you do, people have a right to their opinion. You can only counter laws with laws. You must give people what is of a leader is that you must allow others speak and then you rule. You must listen very carefully, if you like, attentively to the submission of your people before you take a position. So for me, I have not seen that acting, and that he has become a prepared. Some people will say somebody is a rubber stamp. I've mentioned on this program before and a sister station too, that what I've seen of this assembly is that it has gone beyond being called a rubber stamp to an ink. You know the difference? A rubber stamp legislator would just be that one that will just come and agree to what they want. But this ink is already stamped. Now just put them. Now they pour them. Now they carry them. If they don't want them, they don't want them. That is how it has become. Very painfully. That everything is a yes. Look, let me tell you. There's no difference between an Akpabio's
no, but you don't bet. I beg. In as much as I don't want to interrupt you. Hang on. Hang on, Solomon. I beg to differ because we all watched the screening during the first set of screening, and 3 people were sent back. In fact, one of the president's major ally, El Rufai, was not accepted, and they laid claim to the fact that there were some security issues. Stella Okotete from Delta was also replaced, and one other senator. So if you say that the National Assembly or the Red Chamber has always agreed and kowtowed to the presidency, there are a few instances. Another very good instance is Tinubu asked the ECOWAS chairman coming to the assembly to plead to move into Niger with Nigeria's resources and armed forces, and the National Assembly turned it down. So there are a few issues or few cases where the National Assembly had clearly and unambiguously said no. Solomon.
Me is that I have sat where matters were being adjudicated, and the person who is supposed to adjudicate led on supposed suspects. You understand? So for me, that's exactly what we are saying, where a lawyer will say, "My lord, you are leading on the cross-examination." What is happening in the Senate today is not different from that, where you expect them to cross-examine, to investigate, interrogate before taking judgment. They would rather begin to help to direct and channel appropriately the way they will want, that it will suit them before taking stand. So for me, as far as I'm concerned, the Senator Godswill-led Akpabio Senate is very faulty foundationally, because I can see the reason why Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Ab initio requested to have him as the Senate president, because they have known Ab initio that he will be a yes boy. And as such, you cannot see Senate don't become like Market Women Association, painfully, where it's become rowdy, where there is an overrule and upon overruler. So it's become like a mere joke. Now let me tell you.
Tell me.
How can you imagine? Nigerians are suffering. Your president is telling us that all he can offer is 5,000 to 8,000 naira support to households to feed for first 6 months. Yet the Senate is getting over 130 million naira bulletproof vehicles that they will now repurchase after 4 years at 20% of the initial cost, which will be about 2.6 million naira. So what are you telling us? That it has never been worse like this. It has never been this bad. This Senate asked me, even while I'm sleeping, I will tell you even in my dreams, that is worst Senate that we are seeing. However, we are where we are. Nigerians must begin to look beyond tribe and religion to look forward to how we can reclaim our